Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going over my perfect base routine. Because it has been so hot and humid here in the state of Georgia during these summer months, I've had to change the way that I do things a little bit just so that my makeup lasts all day and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel like it's going to melt off of my face. And I really love the way that it looks. I love how light everything looks, but how concealed everything is. And so I figured that I would sit down, film it, and go over everything step by step. So we're going to start off with a primer serum. This one's from Hola. I love this one to set the stage. I love pairing it with their powder foundation. These two are a match made in heaven. And since I am going to be using the powder foundation, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of the primer serum onto the skin. I love how this feels. I love what this smells like. It's truly like skincare and a primer all in one. So just applying this all over the face. This is going to maintain like that hydration, but it's also going to help everything like the powder foundation to adhere to the skin so that it doesn't rub off or wipe off very easily. It'll last you all day long and it feels like you're pampering your skin in the process. Next comes color correcting and concealing. I have been using the exact same two products. That's one thing that really hasn't changed a whole lot. I have discovered other things along the way that I also like, but this combination is like my tried and true, okay? This is the Becca and Smashbox Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Medium. As you can see, I give this one a lot of love. I've already hit the bottom of the pot, so. And then of course my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Sugar Biscuit. Again, another concealer that I really like. So just going in with a color corrector to correct anything, any hyperpigmentation, any darkness under the eyes, any redness. That's what you want to go in with first. I don't really care about the redness around my nose. That's kind of the only area that I ever see red along the face. But if you did want to conceal redness, all you'd have to do is go in with a green color corrector. Just apply a very thin layer of that before going in with foundation. That will cancel out the redness and it will help with creating a very even base. So now that we're done color correcting, let's go in with some concealer. And I'm just going to concentrate it here along the inner corner and here. And I kind of drag it down a little bit just so that I hide the hollows underneath my eyes a bit better. And it also helps to conceal a little bit better. Now at this point, I typically would have blended out the concealer underneath the eyes, but like I said, I'm doing things a little bit different. I was doing this. I did do something like this or something very similar to this when I was using my Tarte Shape Tape. There for a while, I was applying it underneath the eyes and I would let it set a bit before blending it out. That's what we're doing for today, but we are going to be doing it alongside another product. So let me just wait like 2 to 3 minutes for this to set a little bit and I'll be right back with the next step. All right, so it's been a good 3 minutes. Let's move on. Now we blend. But before we go in to blend with my little triangular powder puff, we're gonna use a little bit of setting spray. I'm currently in love with the Too Faced Makeup Insurance 18-Hour Wear Setting Spray. This one smells amazing. The Fine Mist, gotta love. It smells like coconut. It smells like a vacation and I love it. And I also really love the way that my makeup looks when I apply it. Like when I use it, I notice a difference. So I'm gonna go in with a few sprays. And it's gonna be, of course, right here because I wanna kind of hydrate, reactivate, if you will, the concealer so that I can blend it out without an issue. So you see how it's already set? It's not moving much. I still need to blend it out a little bit, but when I first applied it, I concentrated it on the areas that I really would love some extra coverage or some really good coverage on. And I skipped out on the areas that the corrector kind of already took care of. Now, if you're dealing with under eye darkness that's from corner to corner, then of course I would recommend that you apply concealer from corner to corner. But if you don't need it, don't use it. Don't use more than what you need because we are trying to minimize. I mean, unless you want to, it's makeup, it washes off, whatever. But we're trying to minimize the layers and the amount so that it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look excessive underneath the eyes, and it looks a bit more smooth. And I also try to keep my concealer down a little bit further. Like I don't go all the way to the lash line. Keeping it away from right underneath the lash line is going to minimize the amount of product that just naturally will settle into your fine lines. So that's why I keep it a little bit further down and a little bit more concentrated along the areas that need it most. So now we go in with foundation. And like I said, this is a foundation that I have been obsessed about all summer long. It's super, super nice and light. This is from Lawless. It's their Perfecting Powder Talc-Free Skin Smoothing Foundation. I use the shade medium. I was using light medium, but I picked up a little bit of color last month. Especially, I was teaching my son how to swim, and so there was a lot of time spent outdoors, and I just picked up a little bit of color. So I'm using medium now, and it matches pretty well. I always grab it with like a multitasker type brush. This one is not a multitasker brush. It's not called that. I usually use the multitasker brush from Sigma, but I've also really liked this one from BK Beauty. It is their 101 brush, which is similar in shape to the multitasker brush from Sigma Beauty that you guys, I'm sure, have seen me use on my channel plenty of times. So just going in with a light layer of this foundation, and look, it's so nice and light that you don't even really see it. And it also matches my complexion pretty darn well. So just going in with one layer of this. Now this foundation is going to deliver, I would say, light medium to maybe like a high medium, if I guess maybe full coverage, depending on how much you build it up. I never build it up enough to where I can call it like a full coverage foundation for me, but that works for me. I like the medium coverage foundations. I want my skin to still be able to breathe. I want it to look like my skin, just like an enhanced version of my skin, you know? Now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go back with my little powder puff, and I'm just smoothing it out once more, the under eye area that is. I'm making sure that it's nice and blended. Next, this is from Oma Beauty. This is their Trip and Smooth Setting Powder. You guys know how much I love it. However, I grabbed the translucent shade. Like, this is a true translucent shade. I was using the light shade, but even the light shade I felt kind of darkened the under eye area for me. This is truly translucent, so it's not going to do anything but set the under eye area, and it makes it look so smooth. Okay, so smooth. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the powder with my powder puff, just dip it in there. Don't grab too much. I always shake off the excess amount that just the powder puff tends to pick up, and this I am going to use underneath the eyes to further set the under eye area. And I'm going to blend back and forth for like a good minute. Okay, I know it sounds excessive, but trust me, it's just like with the eyeshadows. The more you blend, the better they look. The same thing goes for the under eye area. The more you kind of like blend everything onto the under eye area, allow the product to really like blend into the skin, it is going to look so much better. Trust me, okay? Trust me. So just going back and forth and blending, and blending a little bit more. All right, and then doing the exact same thing over on the left side. So just blend. Now, if you don't want to apply your powder foundation onto the under eye area because you feel like perhaps that's too much, but you do want that extra coverage, you can always grab this one from Bare Minerals. This is their multitasking concealer in the shade Summer Bisque. I love this stuff so much. It helps to highlight the under eye area, but without appearing gray or like giving you like that gray cast underneath the eyes. And it also gives you a little bit of coverage. It gives you quite a bit of coverage, actually. Let me show you. So just taking it with a little powder puff, and I'm just placing it right here. I'm not taking it up at all. I just want to add a little bit of brightness right here. And you see the difference? This under eye just looks a bit brighter than this one. Then I go back to my Too Faced Makeup Insurance setting spray and set everything in place. All right, so now let me take you over to the window so that you can see what this looks like under natural lighting. All right, so here we are under natural lighting, and you see what I'm talking about with this powder foundation? It's still, like, my skin still looks like skin. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look overly done. It looks a lot, like, it looks radiant, but it doesn't feel radiant. So I love it. I love that combination. And this is the under eye area. This is what it looks like under natural lighting. So you see, not heavy, not cakey. It looks good. It looks nice. It looks highlighted. I have concealed the darkness, and this will last me all day. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this how-to, this quick little how-to, and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Any of those things, they go a long way here on YouTube, help to support the channel, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.